out of our families, out of our freedom. When corporations control our society in the name of corporate greed, we all have a problem. I think every one of you is here today because you care about what's going on in this country. Well, it's time you actually get involved. Turn off the TV, get off the couch, get in the streets, and do something.
Here we are.
I'm in the streets.
Fine today has the inauguration of an ongoing protest movement. Today's the inauguration
Okay.
of the ongoing protest movement.
How do I word this?
Folks, today is the start of a whole new day and the inauguration of an ongoing protest movement. We all need to go from here today, after today, and get involved. If you don't know a group to get involved with, go on the internet.
Well, I have about 600 websites. If they Google the right thing, they're going to come up with something. I got into llamas and alpacas as guardian livestock for my pastured poultry in order to keep coyotes and raccoons from eating my free-range chickens. And then I got raided by the feds and went rounds in federal court over organic farming.
Yeah.
And I've been at war with them going on 10 years. I'm a full-time activist now.
You take the fur off?
No, they actually run down coyotes and stomp on them.
They do?
Oh, yeah.
I want to get a picture with you and your
Get out of here, man. They run down coyotes.
I don't farm anymore. I used to farm in Colorado. I had 1,800 acres of organic agriculture. And I got raided by 60 federal agents at 3:30 in the morning because I wouldn't build a chicken house.
Oh, stay right there.
And over many years of fighting that, I now fight in the street. I go to New York City with an alpaca, walk to Times Square, and raise a ruckus. I go to the DNC. I trended on social media up against Hillary during the DNC. I was number 10, she was number 1. She spent $10 million.
Personal stuff, these guys, not you.
Huh? Oh, I don't care. I don't care what it's about, as long as people get involved. I could care less what group, do something. You know that, Kevin.
Wow, they thick. Real thick.
Oh, yeah. He can run 40 miles an hour.
He can run, they run down coyotes and...
Uh-huh, he can run 40 miles an hour and he can clear a 6-foot-tall fence from a standstill. He's 480 pounds of solid muscle.
It's strong.
If he didn't want to be here, you, me, ain't holding me. He's going. He's fine.
He's a good dude, huh?
Oh, yeah. Thaddeus, I know. The strange humans.
I made this. You made it? Yes. I got a picture off the internet.
Get the corporations out of our government. What is wrong with this country where corporations dictate what you and I can do in the name of corporate profits? Why can they dictate what you eat, what the farmers grow, what your family can do, and how you can exercise your freedoms? The founding fathers never intended for this country to be controlled by the corporations.
Huh? I can't. I don't have control. I'm just a protester. No.
Because you're a pussy, right?
No, because I don't want to go to the hospital. I know better. I live with these animals. No, thank you. I have peppermint oil. I do everything organic. This right here, I'll show you. It's coconut oil and peppermint oil. And you do this. Peppermint oil.
What do you do with peppermint oil?
It helps your throat when it's sore from yelling.
Okay. Wow, that's how you keep going?
I've already used half that thing today. I have 2 more in the backpack. He's got a backpack with more. I have to bring food and water and all this junk for the animals, so.
You're amazing.
Here's a card you can read about what we're doing online. Thaddeus.
Thank you.
And they're calm, aren't they? They're in the middle of all the chaos. I jumped on the Philadelphia subway during the DNC with that white alpaca.
Is that allowed?
They think it's not. They think a lot of things.
I feel like you come up with the alpaca. They know. They think you're going the way you're picture of your
Yeah. Well, they like to hassle me, but when it goes to court, they usually don't have any way to do anything.
Yeah. Right.
It comes down to an issue of my constitutional rights. I have them licensed as they're licensed as service animals and they're licensed as educational circus animals.
Nice.
So both ways I've got them.
Yeah. They're very stoic.
Oh yeah. And they're very calm. I mean, if you were a 480-pound animal in a crowd of how many people? What would you be doing?
Oh, I forget. What's their names?
This is Thaddeus. He's the llama. And then Shay is the white alpaca. And Tragically Cute's the black alpaca.
Tragically Cute?
Yeah. We have them on host farms. I have animals staged all across the United States because I protest all over.
Yeah.
And so when I need to go to a protest, I can grab animals any place in the United States that I have already trained on a farm. Fly in, get the animals, and go.
90 gigahertz.
And it's
high density, high frequency microwave radiation exposure.
yeah. Touch their neck or their back, not their head.
We will have no ability to push back. We will have no ability to look at health and safety.
Just don't touch their head and annoys them. And I don't like pissing them off because I have to deal with them all day. And they're related to a camel. And camels are extremely stubborn. If you want a war of stubborns, this is, yeah. You've met your match when you tangle with 3 of them.
You definitely treated them very well.
Oh yeah. The white one's been on Good Morning America. We've been all over.
Done more than me.
We did 10 states, 10 cities in 10 days.
Oh my God.
In other words, protesting all day, walking 15 to 20 miles in those cities, and then driving all night. And then turn around and do it again the next day.
No wonder you're so stoked. You've seen everything.
Oh, we've been to Chicago Mercantile Exchange. We've been on Michigan Avenue in Chicago. We've been to St. Louis. We've been to the Indianapolis 500 Brickyard. We've been to New York City, Baltimore, D.C., Philly, Harrisburg, Cleveland, Columbus, Denver.
It's seen more of the world than me.
Yeah.
They love each other. Look at how close they stay.
This one acts as a guardian for them.
I can tell.
Oh, this one is the more famous.
Well, he's a llama. He's a different breed. You can touch their neck or their back, not their head. Do not stand directly behind them, please. People get a little silly, and they don't always use their head. Walking up behind a large animal and smacking it on the rump is not healthy.
I would agree with you. For either creature.
Please don't stand directly behind them. Pardon me? Yeah, I have my own. I started my own organization. I started out as Get to Know Your Farmer. I was an organic farmer and I was educating the people in Colorado and Wyoming of where their food was coming from. And then the feds decided they didn't like me raising chickens free range. And so then we went to war. And 10 years later, I'm standing in DC with big fuzzy animals. Where's my mic?
Folks, it's time we get the corporate money out of our government, out of our food, out of our families, out of our freedom. When corporations mean more to the government than you and I, we've got a problem. When people put profits before the people, we've got a problem. Greed is not the answer. We need to make today the inauguration of an ongoing protest to take back our country. You guys owe it to the next generation. I've got kids, I know other people here have got kids, and it's time that we wake up. We cannot leave this country like it is for the next generation. It's wrong.
Sorry. I know, but I've been hitting it hard. Come on.
Why are there llamas here?
It's time we get corporate money out of our farms, out of our food, out of our families, out of our freedom.
Animals in the city streets.
Sir, these animals are trained for it. These animals actually like to come to the city.
All right. I'm with you, but not having animals, wild animals.
These animals, look at them, they're perfectly calm. And they're not wild.
This is not a place for llamas.
They're fine, sir. We've been all over the United States.
That's fascinating. It's not a place for llamas. I'm with the protest, not with the llamas.
Okay, well, thank you for your time. Sure.
Do you happen to speak Spanish?
I do not.
Can I ask you a couple questions?
Sure, give me just a second here. Here's a card you can read about what we're doing.
Right on.
Can you start off with your name and last name?
My name is Ethan the Farmer.
Ethan the Farmer? Is that what you
Yep,
said?
that's
Okay.
what I use.
All right, Ethan, tell me a little bit why you're here today and why you brought these llama friends with you.
It's time to take back our farms, our food, our families, and our freedom. It's time to get corporate money out of our government, bring back we the people, the fourth branch of government. It's time that all these people wake up. We need to bring attention to what's going on with our farms, our food, our families, and our freedom.
What message are you trying to bring? Bringing these llamas is a very peculiar thing to do.
Well, it draws attention to our cause. And these animals actually like coming to the city. They're used to it, they're trained for it. They've been to hundreds of protests across the United States. We were at the DNC, the RNC, and our goal is to try to get people to pay attention to the corporate money that's taking over our government.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Hello. Sorry. Here's a card you can read about what we're doing.
Right, because they put toxic waste into. That's what the Chinese do to Vietnam.
Yep.
They put toxic waste in the water, destroy the fish.
Yep.
People cannot eat food anymore.
Agent Orange.
That's right. And now the EPA. The EPA is losing. They have this guy that against environment to have EPA.
Yeah. Sure.
So it's going to come to the basic. We're not going to have food or water.
In the name of corporate greed.
That's right.
It's wrong.
I think these folks want to be led